Perpetual check. A perpetual check is a situation where one player delivers an unending series of checks from which the opponent's king cannot escape, forcing a draw. This tactic is useful if you're losing and want to save the game, and also to avoid checkmated by your opponent, of course. Now let me give you an example how this tactic works, so you understand it better. Now let's take a look at this position. We can give check the black king with our bishop, and the king is forced to move in d7 square, but we will still give him another check, enforcing the black king to move in e8 home square. Because the king cannot take the bishop because it's defended by our knight, we can repeat this checks, resulting to a draw. So pay attention in the board if you're losing, because there's a chance that you can force a draw and avoid losing the game. So let's proceed to our next tactic. Mating net. A mating net is a tactical situation in chess where an attacking player's pieces coordinate to completely trap the enemy king in an inescapable zone, making checkmate inevitable. In this tactic, you don't check the opponent king directly. It's more like blocking all the escape square and building an invisible wall to make checkmate unavoidable. For example, in this position, the rook and the queen are coordinated, making sure the king will go down rank by rank, making checkmate unavoidable. This checkmate style is called staircase checkmate, which I will explain in my next video. So let's move on to our next tactic. Deflection. Deflection is a tactical chess motif that forces an opponent's piece away from a critical square, line, or file. By forcing that piece to move, you remove its protection over an important asset, allowing you to deliver checkmate, win material, or gain a decisive positional advantage. It essentially forces a defender to abandon its post. The result? Loss of materials. Let's take a look at this example. We can put our rook in the h8 square to force the black king to capture it. Otherwise, it will be checkmate for him. And if he captured the rook, we also capture the rook in f8 square, and also setting up a checkmate threat with our queen, putting the blacking into a worse position. So, yeah, that's it for deflection. Now let's move on to our next topic. Attraction. An attraction tactic forces an enemy piece onto a specific square by offering an irresistible sacrifice. Once the opponent takes the bait and moves there, they land directly into a deadly trap, like a fork or a pin. This move ultimately uses your opponent's forced choices to break their defense and win the game. Let's take a look at this example. In this position, we sacrifice our rook, forcing the king to take it, and we set up a royal fork with our knight, putting us in a great position and in material advantages. So yeah, that's it, guys. I will upload the part 4 soon. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to keep you updated on my latest video. See you guys later.